Hi there, welcome to Karma's a Stitch. I'm Tonya. I believe this is installment number 5 of my WIP Roundup little mini series that I'm doing. So if you are new here, welcome and thanks for coming by. And if you are returning, you guys, it is so good to be back. It's nice to be here and to be talking about my projects. I really have been working like mad the last few months, even though I haven't been on recording. Already I've had several comments, and today is Sunday the 13th, I think, the 12th, Sunday, November 12th. And today was the first day that one of the installments went live on YouTube. And I've had so many comments, a lot of them asking about her. And we will talk about her probably during one of our regular episodes, but during this mini series, I am just trying to stay focused on my WIPs. So if you are looking to get in touch with me, all that information will be in the description box below. And we are on number 5, but I do have a couple of updates just to get things current and to address a couple of things that we've already talked about on the first 4 installments. So the very first one was me talking about my Hohi Locatelli Like a Cloud cardigan. It is finished and blocked. Please note the lack of any ends. All my ends have been woven in. And the young lady that this is going to will be here tomorrow to pick this up. I'm hoping that I can get pictures of her in it that I can include. And if I get those in time, they'll be included in this installment. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys was installment number 4. I talked about the Morrison scarf, and that was the black scarf with my hedgehog with all the colors. And I was talking about how that was the 3rd one I had finished. The first one was for my 7-year-old Alex. The second one was for another young lady. If you missed that story, that was installment number 4. But here is the Morrison scarf that I finished for the other young lady that I had met in a waiting room, and we sat there for months. We were on the same schedule, so for months, twice a week, I sat in the waiting room with this mom and her 7-year-old, and she was just in awe over the Morrison scarf. So I did make one for her with her favorite colors. She said were blue, purple, and pink, so I think the yarn we found was absolutely perfect. And I am ready to just hand this off to her as soon as we're able to connect. And then as I was getting ready to record the installment today, because right now it's actually 11 o'clock at night, and I just received a comment on, like I said, installment 1 went live today, and someone left a comment and said, do you ever restring or reskein your yarn? And I'm assuming that's because at the end of installment number 5, I was frogging the Rocket Tee. And I also mentioned a second project that I had frogged, which was my home socks. I had frogged these, but I hadn't found it yet. And so I was going through all my project bags, and I have found it. So these were the 2 colors that I was going to be making my home socks with, but I have since frogged it. Those are no longer on the WIP Roundup list. Those are no longer. But the question was if I reskeined my yarn or if I left it in cakes. I do leave them in cakes, but I've heard I don't even know what specifically I've heard, but I've heard that that's not good for your yarn. So I would love any feedback. And Karen, thank you so much for the question. I would love to know what the downfall is of leaving it in cakes, because I have heard that it's not good to do that. So I would love any feedback. Both of these are Plucky Knitter. I will be putting those back into my stash, and we are going to move forward. The WIP that I'll be talking about in this installment is called the Vellichor. And this is a project that I had come across on one of my friend's favorites list. And she had the pattern, and I had decided I wanted to do the pattern. It is by Andrea Mowry. See if I can find a good picture of it here. Cinder, get on your bed. Relax. Good girl. I did print this one in color. Here's a good picture of it. Let's see here. So this is by Andrea Mowry. There is another picture. Here we go. Let's see if I can show you this without showing you the pattern, because I don't believe this is a free pattern. I can go on there and look. Now I know that it looks like there's only 2 colors, but there are 3 colors in this pattern. And I will get my yarn. All of my yarn that I am working on right now is Blue Savannah, which is a local to me dyer. Oh, you guys, I don't know. This is as far as I've gotten. It is bottom up. Can you see? I don't know if you can see the shimmer in that. I haven't looked at the label, and it's been a while since I've touched this, but this is so soft. I believe there's silk in it. This is her. Let me see if I can find it. 50% superwash merino, 50% silk. So this, I am so excited to have this top. The colors I am doing, getting all the ball bands out, and then I'll. So this here is Flagstone, and I have a light on behind because it is so late at night, but that is the color that I'm doing the ribbing. This is the main color. I do need, the pattern does call for 2 skeins of this. Then I've got Antler Arch, and this is showing up kind of much lighter than it is. It's actually a very light gray. I don't know if you'll be able to. It does look white or cream on the screen, and it's not. It's probably because the light's right on it. The third color is called Cameron Rose. And that, I'm sure that it's the silk in there that's making that reflection. It really is beautiful. So these are the 3 colors that I'm doing. And it is, I have in here, the ribbing was done on a US 2.5 or a 3.0 millimeter. Which I have my, I say Likey, I don't think that's right. That's what I say. My Likey Indigo, which is what I did the ribbing on. And then the rest of it is being done. The pattern calls for 3 different size needles. You guys, it's been so long since I've touched this. This is one of them that I forgot about. I forgot that I had cast this on. It's so bad. I'm not even, and it was one that I was so excited about doing. So yes, let's see here. is awful. It's all right on the back. So no, I need a US 3 and a US 2. So there are just, so the needles that I'm using are a US 2 and a US 3. It wants you to, you know, a lot of sweaters, they want you to use the smaller needle size for the ribbing. And then you'll move to your larger needle size, which the larger needle size is a US 3 or a 3.25 millimeter. This was a new one for me because the ribbing was, it had a right twist in it, and I had never done that. But there are so many amazing tutorials on YouTube, and that is where I learned what a right twist was. So if you can see, I'll see if I can hold it up. So if you look at the ribbing at the bottom, this looks like a normal knit stitch, but then you have this right twist that goes all the way up through these columns that get carried through the rest of the sweater. So that right stitch is something, it goes the rest of the way. Can you see that? So here's my ribbing. You've got your knit, purl, right twist, purl, knit, purl. Anyway, so this was a new stitch for me, and this right twist goes all the way up, all the way through the entire sweater. So I want to pick this back up. I have a few things that are closer to being finished, so realistically I'll leave this one in the project bag for a little while longer, just so I can get some of them wrapped up that are closer to being done. But that's my progress. So I will make sure I have my Ravelry page accurate and up to date and updated. This, I'm trying to see, this was a 2019 pattern from Andrea Mowry. So if you are interested, it's written beautifully, as all of her patterns seem to be. But until the next episode, you guys, we'll see you. Bye. Can you hear Miracle? Anthony's out there with Miracle. All right, you guys, I hope you're all doing well. Bye.